This is rose coral flower carpet, and of the carpet roses, this is my favorite, and here's why. Most flower carpet roses bloom in waves. They will do a really heavy bloom. If you shear them back a month and a half later, plus or minus, you're going to get another run where they do a big flush. And most of those in our area start around April, May, depending on the spring, and will go all the way until October, November, depending on how early we get frost. So what that means though is you have these times in between the blossom where there's not much going on. And the difference for coral flower carpet is they come out, they bloom, and they're always pushing up some more blossoms. These always have some color on them. They don't bloom in the waves the way the other varieties do. Now, these are on a median island. They haven't been touched, but what I'll tell you is that even though this isn't, you know, the best look of this plant, this is in between when all the others don't have anything going on, or depending on when they've been deadheaded. And also this has a really nice flower color, which I'll show you at a picture, show you a photo at the beginning of the video. And it's just got a lot of white in the flower, so it fits into some color schemes that are really nice. I actually have this, oddly enough, with a white hydrangea at my house, and it also looks amazing next to different forms of lavender, especially like a silver anook, where you have really gray foliage, almost white, along with the purplish lavender bloom, and then combine that with this flower color that has white and coral in it. It's pretty striking combo. If you want a low maintenance, heavy blooming ground cover rose that blooms for a long time consistently, this is a really nice candidate. Sizing wise, they in this mass planting, they've put these about 3 feet on center. I'd say it's safe to put them 4 feet on center. My single rose is actually about 5 feet across by 3 feet tall right now. Most of them will not get that big, because what happens is when people deadhead these, they'll come in and they'll shear them to deadhead them, and you know, maybe they take them down here to about 12 inches high. And when they do that, that keeps the plant small. So I understand that that's probably how it's going to go. So it's fine to keep these around 3 feet on center if you want a solid infill. But do expect them. I mean, this plant right here is probably 24 to 30 inches high, and that's one season's worth of growth. Carpet rose is all relative. I think relative to hybrid teas and shrub roses, these are carpety, but they are certainly not a ground cover by the standard definition where they're about 12 inches or less. These are easily 18 to 24 inches consistently, and make sure you allow for that in your design. If you've got things behind these that only get 20 inches tall, you're going to have a problem. It'll look strange. So make sure you do understand that the mature blooming size of all carpet roses, I would tell you, is 18 to 30 inches high, and that's an important distinction. Secondly, I'm going to show you down here where they are not getting as good a water to some of these plants, and you see how they're performing. This is a very easy plant to grow. For a plant to be looking that way, now look how it's small to begin with, and it's lacking any blooms and hardly any foliage, and the foliage that's on there is brown and not doing well. This is struggling, and the one next to it is too. I guarantee you that's an irrigation issue. When you've got these others right next to it, they're all green and looking the way they're supposed to. The biggest mistake in design is the lack of coordination between the sprinkler system and the plantings, and you can see videos on that. This drives me crazy, but make sure that however you set this up, that you're getting even water distribution to your plant design. So that's what I can tell you about coral flower carpet. Very long blooming. You see how you look up here and you can see color on all of these plants, at least the healthy ones. That's what's great about this particular variety of carpet rose, is how long it just consistently keeps blooming and gives you color. And that also, carpet roses in general are very disease resistant. I see a little bit of mildew on mine occasionally. If you look right here, there's some, but it's not meaningful and certainly not worth putting any herbicides or anything on. Not herbicides, fungicides on these. These are such low maintenance. The other thing I'd say is feed these. These bloom so long that they suck all the food out of the soil, so if you really want to get great bloom production, make sure you fertilize these and any other carpet type roses that produce this amount of bloom, because they need to be fed so that they can sustain that bloom that they're capable of. And that is coral flower carpet rose.